So yesterday, Bloomberg reported what we already knew, which is that Fred Fletiz, a friend of mine, an ally of mine, a former colleague of mine, has been appointed the chief of staff and executive secretary of John Bolton's National Security Council in the Trump White House. And here's why this is such good news for those of us who care about America's security. Because Fred Fletiz spent 2 decades inside the CIA, right? This is a guy who understands the deep state. He was in it. So he knows these things very well. After he came out, he has also served in the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence as a staff member, right? So he knows HPSCI. That's Devin Nunes's committee. That's the guys who are doing the investigation into everything that's going on in the FBI and the NSC. He also served at State Department, working as chief of staff for John Bolton at that time. And he's an expert in arms control and disarmament, focusing on Iran and North Korea. So he spent decades studying these things. He's written books about these policies, the ones that are really critical today. North Korea, we start out talking about North Korea. You're talking about an expert in North Korean nuclear weapons, just became the second in command, arguably. Really, the deputy, actually, there is a deputy over him, but he is maybe top administrator within the NSC. This is really good news. And so that's what happened yesterday. Here's what happened today. All sorts of hell broke loose. So the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, which is a front group for the world's largest Islamist organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, said, oh no, this is a terrible thing, right? Oh, that is the best endorsement we could have. That's basically the spokespeople for the terrorists inside of America. Fantastic. If they think that something's bad, it's good. If they think something's good, it's bad. And so the fact that CARE is attacking him, given that he has attacked CARE, for years, he's been, Fred Fletiz has been calling out these, basically it's a fifth column inside the United States of radical Islamists who are bent on our destruction, frankly. They're bent on the destruction of the Constitution, bent on the destruction of rule of law, bent on the destruction of the American way. And these guys, people in CARE, CARE was declared a terrorist organization by the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and they know they're terrorists, right?
Absolutely.
The reason, the evidence that this is true. You've got more than a dozen individuals who are CARE employees who went to prison because they were actually, convicted of actual terrorist activity. So this is an organization that should not exist in the United States, and they are criticizing Donald Trump's and John Bolton's decision for who they put in their National Security Council. Great news. You know who else is against Fred Fletiz? Southern Poverty Law Center, the poverty pimps, the left-wing radical leftist liars who basically make money, hundreds of millions of dollars, off of frightening old liberals, saying, "Oh gosh, there's a Nazi under every tree." I'll tell you this: behind every tree. I'll tell you this: there are Nazis in this country, and they're scum.